Justin and Hailey Bieber's relationship has always had its issues. It's rumored that Justin cheated on Selena Gomez with Hailey, and Justin would repeatedly go back and forth between the two women. Hailey and Justin were first romantically linked in 2014, but in 2016 they had an awful breakup. Negative things happened that we still need to talk about and work through, Hailey later told Vogue of their split. Fizzled would not be the right word, it was more like a very dramatic excommunication, she explained. There was a period where if I walked into a room, he would walk out. Now in May 2018, she also told the Times UK that the pair went through a long time where we weren't friends, adding that there was a lot of weirdness that went on. Then Justin ended up getting back together with Selena, and they were off and on again, and then Justin seemed to forget about Hailey. Now Selena and Justin rekindled their romance again, which lasted from October 2017 until March 2018. Shockingly though, Hailey and Justin announced that they were engaged months later. The timeline of it all is really weird, and there have even been rumors that Justin proposed to Selena, but she said no, so they broke up, and then he went back to Hailey and proposed to her with the same ring meant for Selena. Now, whether or not this actually happened, this relationship was just messy. Now, Justin and Hailey got married in September 2018, later having a big celebration in 2019. But since then, there have been many different events that have made people question their marriage to each other. A lot of people thought Hailey and her family were using Justin. Now everyone knows about Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin's money issues. Now at one point, Stephen's net worth was at -$2 million. Negative. How does that even happen? I don't know. Now her family, who had lots of money, suddenly didn't, and what does Justin have? Lots of money. Also, what's strange is that Justin and Hailey did not get a prenup, which I feel like was a bad idea on Justin's end, as he currently has a net worth of $485 million. Last year, a couple years ago, he sold his music publishing and recording catalog shares to the Blackstone-backed Hypnosis Song Fund for $200 million. Some people suspect that he did this so he could buy it back after his divorce with Hailey. Now many people have called her a gold digger and believe that she doesn't really love Justin but is using him for money and to boost her career, because so many people didn't even know who she was until the pair got married. In many photos and videos, it also seems like Justin isn't too friendly with his wife Hailey on the red carpet. She speaks to him and he doesn't say anything or walks away, barely ever smiles, and rarely gets close to her. Now you'd think as a couple they'd have their hands around each other or even hold hands, but nope. Again, when Hailey and Justin are out in public, it really seems like he doesn't care about her. This has been shown in many videos from the paparazzi, as he once hilariously shut a car door on Hailey, who was getting out behind him, and the other time he ran away from the paparazzi skateboarding without Hailey. Then to make things worse, she ran to catch up with him and she fell, and Justin didn't even help her up. I'm just saying, when he was with Selena, he never treated her like this, so I think the problem here is Hailey. Then there's the fact that in 2022, during an interview with Apple Music's Ebro Darren, shared exclusively with People, Justin opened up about his mental health journey and some of the harder truths his marriage helped him face. It's a journey. I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was gonna fix all my problems, and it didn't, Justin said. It just kind of was a reflection of like, man, you're a bit of a hypocrite, man. You want your wife to do something that you're not doing, and it's like, it's hard sometimes to look in the mirror and really have to realize, man, maybe you're not the person you necessarily thought you were, he continued. And that's just a result of trauma and life circumstances. Now, Justin and Hailey Bieber's marriage has always been overshadowed by Selena Gomez. Now, Hailey used to be a mega fan of Selena and Justin, as she also thought they were the cutest couple ever. You can tell through her social media profiles, especially from things she put on Twitter, which are actually still up today. One tweet posted in May 2011 read, "I'm for sure 100% Team Jelena," while another said, "I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream." Now, a year later, in 2012, Hailey tweeted that Selena is beyond flawless, and he's, Bieber. She She also added, "They are the perfect relationship, forever alone." Now, she'd also talk about how much she loves Selena and would promote Selena's new projects, and she definitely was a super fan, and it is honestly a little unsettling. Also, in recent years with being with Justin, Hailey has followed and liked posts from Selena's fans, and she's been caught Googling Selena-related things. Then in 2023, things got interesting as Selena and Hailey seemed to have a full-on feud. Well, at least the internet thought so. Everyone then turned on Hailey for being a mean girl. You see, Selena posted a TikTok saying she'd accidentally laminated her brows too much. She was poking fun at herself, but then Kylie Jenner posted a photo of herself on her Instagram story with the words, "This was an accident," written over her eyebrows, and then another story showing a screenshot of her FaceTiming Hailey with their cameras close to their eyebrows. Selena fans then accused the pair of making fun of Selena. And then there was also another incident. At the beginning of 2023, Selena was spotted on a boat and paparazzi took photos of her. Now, Selena has lupus and she had a kidney transplant, so all the medication she's on makes her weight fluctuate. Now, at this point when the photos were taken, Selena had put on some more weight than people were used to seeing her with. Now, this led to intense body shaming, and Hailey just had to join the hate train. In a now deleted TikTok, Hailey, Kendall Jenner, and one of their other friends posted a video and mouthed to the audio, "I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right." Now, many people think this was aimed at Selena. When another user made a point of this, Selena commented, "It's okay, I don't let these things get me down, be nice to everyone." It seems like she's not too bothered, and I'm glad she doesn't let these things get to her, but she definitely knows that Hailey was shading her, and I'm sure that doesn't feel too good. Now, over the past couple years, Justin and Hailey have seemed to have had a lot of issues. In April 2024, people were convinced that the couple divorced in private as they were not seen together Easter weekend, and there were a lot of blind items going around on TikTok about the couple. And I mean, they haven't had the best couple of years. Yes, they did welcome their son Jack Blues last year, but that didn't seem to fix their marriage. If anything, it seems to have made it worse. Then earlier that year too, Hailey's father Stephen Baldwin made a social media post saying, "Christians, please, when you think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them, to have wisdom, protection, and draw close to the Lord," adding, "There are special challenges that folks in high visibility positions face." Then there was the fact that Justin unfollowed Hailey on Instagram last month. People went crazy, thinking that they finally ended things, but hours later, Justin came back online to set the record straight. He shared an Instagram story where he said that someone had managed to gain access to his account and unfollow Hailey. "Someone went on my account and unfollowed my wife," he wrote over a white background. "Shh, is getting sus out here." But then, hours later, the story was deleted. Weird. And recently, there's been lots of reports that the couple have been struggling since the birth of their son. Sources told DailyMail.com that Hailey's friends are growing increasingly concerned about Justin's unacceptable behavior, with some reportedly urging her to leave the musician. Hailey's been struggling with Justin almost since the start of the marriage, an insider said last week. She loves him madly, but he's a loose cannon. Some of her friends have advised her to go at it alone and leave him, the source shared. His behavior is sometimes unacceptable, she's put up with a lot. So hey, maybe the couple is on the verge of divorcing, we'll just have to wait and see.
Brittany Snow, the beloved star of the Pitch Perfect franchise and other movies from the early 2000s like Hairspray, caught her ex-husband Tyler Stanaland cheating on her after seeing a dating app installed on his phone. After keeping her relationship with Tyler relatively private, the two actually went through a very public divorce when Snow discovered she'd been cheated on. Now, Snow began dating Stanaland, a real estate agent who actually appeared in Netflix's reality TV show Selling the OC back in 2018 after he slid into her DMs. Snow said, "We had a bunch of friends in common and he actually reached out to me on Instagram with a really lame pickup line." From there, the romance blossomed quite quickly and the two tied the knot in 2020 in an intimate Malibu ceremony. Fast forward 2 years to September 2022, less than a month after Stanaland's Selling the OC premiered on Netflix, when the news broke that the couple had gone their separate ways in a joint Instagram statement that said, "We have realized we need to take some time and make sure we are each living our most fulfilling and authentic lives. We started this journey as best friends, and our relationship will continue to be a priority not only for us, but for our dog, Charlie. We sincerely appreciate your support and ask for privacy as we navigate this new chapter." Their divorce was finalized in July 2023, and immediately rumors began to swirl about why this seemingly in love couple had fizzled out, with many speculating that Tyler's flirtatious relationships with his co-stars could be to blame. However, Snow remained, relatively silent on the subject until an appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast, when the actress opened up about the various challenges that the past couple of years have had for her. She hinted on the podcast that she had seen an app that was meant for dating without, specifically stating which one it was, and that's what triggered her to kind of dig deeper and find out what was going on. And while the details of her marriage and divorce are unique to Snow's life, she still shared many little nuggets of wisdom that those who've been cheated on can actually learn from, to not only pick themselves back up, but to guard themselves from experiencing the same heartbreak again. Here are some of the best lessons that Snow actually shared. She said, don't ignore red flags because you're in love. She explained, I had instincts, and I think because I was so in love, I didn't trust them. So upon discovering her husband's alleged infidelity, she was shocked. She went on to say, "I did not know what was going on. I think as someone who is so hands-on with my career, I think I was just completely shocked that I didn't have a handle on reality in that way." She also said, "When people show you who they are, believe them the first time." Another piece of advice she said was, "Be careful of black and white thinking," meaning despite ending her marriage, Snow made sure to remind listeners that there were positive things about the relationship that she shared with her ex. Snow also spoke about one of the few things that helped her weather the storm of divorce, which was friendship. She said she didn't shy away from talking about how much her ex-husband's actions hurt her, but she also didn't spend the entire podcast, bashing him and laying blame. Instead, she actually shared about how she was able to take a step back from the situation and work through her anger despite being taken by surprise. She said, "I was not aware of a lot of things, and I'll say that, so I will say what people think happened. And I think that, there's also in my experience with this and how I've processed it, there's a lot of grace that I give myself, and also I can own. There's a part of this that I don't have a part in. They messed up, but I tried very hard to see it from all sides and release that anger because it doesn't serve me. And it seems as though, as of today, that she is in a better place and living her life. So good for her." Nikki Bella and John Cena's drawn-out split in 2018 has been the topic of conversation for some time after he was allegedly caught looking at other women on several dating apps. Now, after years of friendship, the two wrestlers first sparked a romantic connection in 2012. The WWE diva opened up about their first outing during a 2014 interview with WWE. She said, "On my best first date, there was a very big, handsome man with an amazing smile and dimples. He came to my hotel and picked me up as if we were in the same city and took me to a nice steakhouse. We just talked and chatted for hours. That first one went into the second one where we just had an amazing dance in the middle of the restaurant." The pair seemed to be in a good place as they moved in together in 2013, but it was later revealed during an October 2016 episode of Total Bellas that the champion fighter made Bella sign a 75-page agreement before their move could actually be official. One of the main issues in Cena and Bella's relationship, which they openly discussed on Total Divas and Total Bellas, was her desire to get married and be a mother. While John Cena, could be convinced to tie the knot, he was very adamant about not wanting kids. Bella even confessed to Us Magazine in 2017 that it took a lot of therapy to accept that she wasn't going to be a mom, and admitted that she prayed he would change his mind. Despite this, the pair's relationship continued to heat up as, John popped the question in April 2017. After a wrestling match, Cena got down on one knee at WrestleMania 33 and proposed to Bella after 5 years of dating. He said in front of a crowd of like 70,000 fans, "I have been waiting so long to ask you this, Stephanie Nicole Garcia Calas, will you marry me?" After she said yes, the audience went wild, of course, as the pair, embraced for a passionate kiss. However, less than 1 year later, the pair actually split as it was alleged that she saw him scrolling on several dating apps. Nikki Bella on the Better Together podcast in 2020 said, "Overall, we did have such an incredible compatible relationship. It was just two people that wanted two different lives. We were trying so hard to make it one. And even in the end, when he was willing to give me kids, I could just tell it's not what he wanted. She added, I just got this feeling so deep in my gut, like I need to walk away. And no one thought I would, but it was hitting me so hard. In May of 2018, they actually did get back together, but just days after they revealed they were back together, the couple took to social media to post messages. Bella posted a quote that read, "Storms don't last forever," and John Cena wrote, "Accountable is a great way to face who you are." In July of 2018, Nikki, Bella, and John Cena officially called it quits, with Bella making a statement that said, "After I called off the engagement, we tried to work on our relationship to get back to where it was in order to move forward with our wedding. After much time and soul searching alone and together, we have decided to officially part ways." Nearly a month after their split, and after speculation that he was caught using dating apps, John Cena appeared on the Sports Illustrated Media podcast where he actually discussed dating apps. That conversation was sparked specifically because the host asked about his breakup with Nikki. John actually denied that that was the case, and the cause, but he gave his views on dating apps. He said, "If I'm trying to meet someone, why shouldn't I be able to use this interface because of what I do for a career? I think it's a general perception that if you are in the public eye and if you go on these, connection sites, then everyone else will use it. Then you will be of lesser value as a human being." The host suggested that he use Bumble or something else, and surprisingly, John Cena said he thought about using Bumble app for the promotion of the 2018 movie Bumblebee. Nevertheless, Cena using dating apps was a major question in 2018 for lots of reporters because he and Nikki Bella have called off their wedding and separated, and therefore whether they were seeing someone else at the time was a good question of interest. After sharing his views about dating apps, he shared whether he is currently using any of them, and he said, "I'm not currently on any dating sites. I'm 41. The host then tells him, he can't go on Tinder because he's just too big for that app. To which, John responds by saying, "See what you just said right there? You just proved I am stereotyped. If I am too big for Tinder, if I use this application, you would think negatively about me right now. You just said I'm too big." There was then a debate between him and the host regarding whether, John Cena should use Bumble, etc., and not Tinder, but ultimately John made it clear he had no future plans of using it as a means to find love. They both respectively went on to date and marry other people. John Cena got married in October 2020, and Nikki Bella found love with her Dancing with the Stars co-star Artem in 2019 and actually tied the knot in 2022. Cardi B and Offset have claimed one has cheated on the other so many times, it's really easy to lose track at this point. After confirming their relationship in February of 2017, and in a move that surprised everyone, Cardi and Offset announced they got married in September of 2017, and on October 21st of that same year, Cardi B captioned a social media selfie with the words "single," and fans speculated that she and Offset had broken up. She reacted to those rumors in a series of tweets. Now, in December of 2017, a video surfaced online that allegedly shows Offset with another woman in a hotel. He claimed that his iCloud was hacked, but days later, a model named Celine Powell claimed to be pregnant with Offset's baby. So messy, I know. She also claimed that she met him on a dating app, although it wasn't disclosed which one. While it would take months for Cardi and Offset to comment, she was actually spotted without her engagement ring on New Year's Eve. Cardi actually spoke about the impact that the cheating rumors had on her. She said, "It's like everybody's coming down my neck. Like, why are you not leaving him? You have low self-esteem." "I don't have low self-esteem. I know I look good." She then went on to say, "I know I'm rich. I know I'm talented. I know I could get any man I want, any basketball player, football player, but I want to work out my ish with my man. And I don't gotta explain why. I'm not your property. This is my life. I'm going to take my time and I'm going to decide on my decisions. It's not right what he did, but people don't know, what I did because I'm no angel either." She asked her haters, "Since when are all these women dating pastors and deacons?" They welcomed their first daughter, Culture, in July of 2018. Just some months later in December, Cardi and Offset actually broke up again, and Cardi shared a video on Instagram announcing her split from Offset. Now, it has since been deleted, of course, but she had captioned it saying, "There you go, peace and love." Offset then made his intentions to get back with her very clear when he actually made a public plea on social media shortly after his 27th birthday, saying, "I only have one birthday wish, and that's to get my wife back." He went on to apologize for breaking her heart, breaking their promise, and being a selfish, messed up husband, and made it very clear that he wasn't ready to give up. He said, "I want to be able to spend the rest of my life with you." Now, fast forwarding to September 2020, Cardi B filed for divorce after 3 years of marriage. Although she said it wasn't because of cheating, she did say it was because she got tired of arguing and not seeing things eye to eye. And after having their divorce filing dismissed, the couple reunited for a few months. But Cardi B revealed the couple was expecting their second child together when she joined Migos for their 2021 BET Awards performance. In June 2023, in a now deleted Instagram story, Offset alleges that Cardi cheated on him, and in July 2024, a rep for Cardi confirmed that she filed for divorce again and was actually seeking primary custody of their children, with a source close to them saying that this breakup is the nail in the coffin. The insider claimed that they're grown apart, and that's what actually drove her to make this decision final. Now, despite filing for divorce for a second time, it would turn out that she was actually pregnant with their third child, and if that wasn't enough mess for you, well, on September 25th, Offset accused Cardi of being unfaithful while being pregnant, and the mess is messing with this one because Cardi took to Twitter to confirm that and basically just said "and did." Now, which of course that sent Offset into a downward spiral as if he hasn't cheated on her like 5,000 times. And aside from Blueface and Krishan, Cardi B and Offset really do take, the award for the most shadiest and complicated relationship ever, and that's an understatement. My prediction is that, 2025 they will be back together somehow, but what do you guys think?
Now, you might not have known, but when Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck first got together, JLo was married to somebody else. Now, the pair starred in a horrible and also very forgettable film called Geely. While it wasn't a hit at the box office, it's where Jen and Ben fell in love. However, JLo was actually with dancer Chris Judd at the time. She and Chris got married in 2001, and she started having a fling with Ben before she parted ways from Chris. Now, JLo and Chris's divorce was finalized in 2003, and even though she vehemently denied cheating rumors, Ben took out an ad in The Hollywood Reporter talking about his love for JLo before her divorce wasn't yet finalized. In fact, even Chris Judd's father Larry spoke out against the couple and accused JLo of being unfaithful to his son. He insinuated that the affair started during the filming of Geely, saying, "I thought Mr. Affleck would honor a married woman and not go right into the trailer." He then added that she'd be happier if she'd just tell the truth, and that no one in her little circle is going to say one negative thing about her. Now, there's no doubt that Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were a Hollywood golden duo. They were married for 5 years, and everything was great until Brad got a role on the film Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It was rumored in 2004 that he had hooked up with his co-star Angelina Jolie. After a nearly 5-year marriage and a 7-year relationship, Brad and Jennifer then announced their split on January 24th, 2005. The statement read, "We'd like to announce that after 7 years together, we have decided to formally separate. For those who follow these sorts of things, we would like to explain that our separation is not the result of any of the speculation reported by the tabloid media. This decision is the result of much thoughtful consideration. We happily remain committed and caring friends with great love and admiration for one another. We ask in advance for your kindness and sensitivity in the coming months." Now, after this, Brad then began to flaunt his relationship with Angelina Jolie, though, immediately after announcing his separation with Jennifer, which seemed to pretty much confirm the cheating rumors. Now, Angelina claimed that there was no cheating, but just a few months after Ben and Jennifer's divorce, the actress Angelina announced that she was carrying Brad's child. It is now known that Bradgelina started way earlier. Now, in the end, Brad ended up marrying Angelina and shared 6 kids with her, but they also got divorced in 2016. They recently just settled their divorce, but it seems like getting together with a man in a relationship isn't the best idea. Now, Elizabeth Taylor was the world's highest paid movie star in the 1960s, and she remained a well-known public figure for the rest of her life, but a lot of her fame came from her love life because, well, she was just messy. Elizabeth was married to Eddie Fisher, who had been married to her former friend, Debbie Reynolds, before Elizabeth's husband's death led to her and Eddie's affair. Then, while she was married to Eddie, she was in a film called Cleopatra, and that's where she met the love of her life, her co-star Richard Burton. Their on-screen chemistry lasted well after they left the movie set, and they started seeing each other privately. Now, their affair came to light when the paparazzi caught them on a private yacht in 1962. So yes, Elizabeth was married to her fourth husband, singer and actor Eddie Fisher, and Richard was to his first wife, actor Sybil Williams. Not only did Angelina Jolie break up Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, but she did the same thing with Laura Dern and Billy Bob Thornton. From 1997 to the year 2000, Laura was in a relationship with Billy Bob, and the couple even got engaged. But as Laura later explained it, when she was away filming a movie, Billy Bob married another famous actor, leaving her to find out her relationship was over because her fiancé was now someone else's husband. In May 2000, Billy Bob married Angelina Jolie in Las Vegas. The two also met at work filming the movie Pushing Tin together in 1999. When they were making the movie, Angelina was still in a relationship with actor Timothy Hutton, and their marriage came just 2 months after their relationship was made public. Now, People's May 2000 write-up about their nuptials mentions Laura explaining, "No one could have been more stunned than actress Laura Dern, with whom Thornton had recently shared a household." In a 2000 interview with Talk Magazine, Laura explained that her fiancé got married while she was away for a role. "I left our home to work on a movie, and while I was away, my boyfriend got married, and I've never heard from him again. It's like a sudden death." Katherine McPhee rose to fame as the runner-up on the 5th season of American Idol, but after that, she starred on the NBC drama Smash. At the time, Katherine was married to her manager Nick Kokas in 2006, and the two were apparently happy. But this was until she was caught by the paparazzi locking lips with her Smash director Michael Morris in the middle of a parking lot. Now, after the pictures were released, Katherine soon parted from her husband, and they got divorced in 2016. When speaking about the cheating scandal, she said, "I don't have any regrets. All the choices I made I learned from in a really deep way." Now, Katherine wasn't the only one married though, as Michael had been married to his wife, actress Mary McCormack, since 2003. Sources say that Michael knew that there were photos of him and Katherine, and that he even tried to buy the pictures himself to keep them from seeing the light of day in an attempt to save his marriage, but the photos were released. For him though, he's still married to his wife today, and they have 3 children together. In 2004, Sienna became engaged to her Elfie co-star Jude Law, but on July 8, 2005, Jude issued a public apology to her for having an affair with the nanny of his children. Now, after attempting to salvage their relationship, they separated in November 2006. Now, in 2008, Sienna had a highly publicized affair with married actor Balthazar Getty when the paparazzi found them together. In the year 2000, he married Rosetta Millington, whom he was with for 12 years before it was discovered that he engaged in a very public affair with Sienna Miller. Now, the press discovered them together on a yacht in Italy making out and blew the story wide open by publishing the photos. He then revealed that he was estranged from his wife at the time he was hooking up with Sienna, and Sienna later sued 2 British tabloids over the publication of the photos showing them together. Now, Eddie Cibrian married Brandi Glanville, a former model and a reality television star, and they had 2 sons together. But in 2009, Eddie and country singer LeAnn Rimes were caught at a restaurant holding hands and kissing after appearing in the movie Northern Lights. Afterwards, Eddie and Brandi announced their separation that year, but Eddie wasn't the only one married, as LeAnn was also married at the time. LeAnn met dancer Dean Sharamet at the 2001 Academy Country Music Awards, and they got married in 2002, but they also filed for a divorce in 2009. In 2010, LeAnn moved into Eddie's house, and in an interview with ABC, LeAnn discussed her new relationship, saying, "What happened is not who I am, period, but I do know how much I love him, so I've always said I don't live my life with regret. I can't. Now, in the end, Eddie and LeAnn got married in 2011 and have been together ever since. Now, starting off, we have Beyonce and Jay-Z. In 2014, at the Met Gala, elevator footage leaked of Beyonce's sister, Solange, fighting Jay-Z while Beyonce just stood there and watched. Now, this footage shocked the internet and it was all anyone could talk about. So the family then put out a statement saying Jay and Solange each assume their share of responsibility for what has occurred. They both acknowledged their role in this private matter that has played out in the public. They both apologized to each other and we have moved forward as a united family. Why did Solange attack him though? Well, it was due to cheating rumors. Now, nothing was ever confirmed, but when Beyonce released her album Lemonade in 2016, she practically confirmed the cheating rumors, including the lyrics like "death to side chicks" and the infamous "he only want me when I'm not there, he better call Becky with the good hair." Now, this prompted fans to look for this so-called Becky. In 2017 though, Jay-Z admitted to cheating on Beyonce and said that they worked through it. Yep, in an exclusive interview with Dean Bankett for the New York Times, Jay-Z admitted to cheating on his wife Beyonce while they were still married, blaming it on his childhood issues. He stated, "The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you have caused and then having to deal with yourself. You have to survive, so you go into survival mode, and when you go into survival mode, what happens? You shut down all emotions," he said. Now, as the conversation progresses, he elaborates on the main reason he cheated. "So even with women, you gonna shut down emotionally so you can't connect. In my case, like it's deep, and then all these things happen from there, infidelity." He went on to say that after numerous rounds of therapy and a persistent attempt to improve his marriage, the two overcame this and they ended up staying together. Now, in June 2022, it was reported that Shakira had recently dumped her partner of more than a decade, Gerard Piqué, after she caught him with another woman. Now, the singer and the soccer star, who share two sons, soon confirmed their split, though they didn't speak on the infidelity allegations. That changed in January 2023 though, when Shakira released a diss track that included lyrics taking shots at Gerard and his new girlfriend, who's 12 years younger than him. "You're acting so weird, I don't even recognize you. I'm worth two 22-year-olds, Shakira sings. And then she went on to insult his intelligence. But there's more. Reports also surfaced claiming that Shakira figured out the cheating because she returned home after a trip to discover that someone had eaten some of the jam she kept in the fridge in the home she shared with Gerard. He and their sons all hate jam, so it had to be someone else who ate it, and that was the girl he cheated on her with. Now, when asked about this rumor during her interview with The Times, Shakira denied the claim, insisting that it was not true. But hey, I think it would be super crazy if that actually happened. Now, Us Weekly confirmed in March 2023 that Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix split after nearly 10 years together after he cheated on her with their Vanderpump Rules co-star Raquel Leviss. Apparently, Ariana learned about the affair when Tom and his band performed one of his new musical singles live. Tom and Raquel visited his hometown of St. Louis in December 2022, but not to the knowledge of Ariana. Tom reportedly wanted to bring Raquel around his friends and family, though some declined to spend time with them as they thought the whole situation was inappropriate. Now, after this was revealed, Tom then posted an apology to his Instagram page, saying, "I want to first and foremost apologize to everyone I've hurt through this process. Most of all, I want to apologize to Ariana. I made mistakes, I was selfish, and I made reckless decisions that hurt somebody I love. No one deserves to feel that pain so traumatically and publicly." Then there was the explosive Vanderpump Rules reunion, and it was honestly just a huge yelling match. Speaking about their breakup and Tom's infamous cheating scandal, Ariana said, "Clearly, in the last 7 months, he was a pathological liar. It's no hard for me to look back at 9 years, and if I tell myself he's a pathological liar, that means the last 9 years of my life were potentially a lie." Now, she even shared that they went into couples counseling and her intention was to fix their relationship. But she later learned that Tom was already cheating on her when they went went to counseling and that he was using it as a means to break up with her. Now, Gavin Rossdale and Gwen Stefani were the 90s grunge power couple who got married in 2002. Now, Gwen had given birth to their youngest child, Apollo, in 2014 when a bombshell dropped. It was revealed that Gavin had an affair with their nanny, Mandy Mann. Gwen discovered explicit texts between Rossdale and the nanny. Now, this led to a divorce in 2015, and Gwen has opened up about the scandal, saying, "My dreams were shattered. All I wanted my whole life was to have babies, be married, like what my parents have." Apparently, he was cheating on her for 3 years. Since then, though, she has been very happy with Blake Sheldon, so that's a plus. Probably one of the last good cheating scandals to come out of the year 2022 was when the world found out that Good Morning America hosts TJ Holmes and Amy Robach were having an affair. Now, this wasn't exposed by their partners, but by the Daily Mail. They published photos of the co-workers taken across several outings, from getting drinks at a New York City bar to loading up a car at a cottage upstate. Now, neither of the broadcasters immediately addressed the photos or revealed whether they had split from their respective spouses. Now, TJ had been married to his wife for 12 years, and Amy was married to her husband for 12 years as well. Now, in January 2023, the couple decided to walk away from their positions as co-anchors after being caught in their affair scandal. A statement was released which read, "After several productive conversations with Amy Robach and TJ Holmes about different options, we all agree it's best for everyone that they move on from ABC News. We recognize their talent and commitment over the years, and we are thankful for their contributions." But now for the plot twist. Andrew Shue and Marley Feibeg, their exes, announced in December 2023 that they bonded over the traumatic experience of their very public messy breakups, and they ended up getting together. Now, they actually just made their red carpet debut last week. So yep, their exes are now dating. This whole situation is honestly just crazy. And finally, there's Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne. They've been married since 1982, but it hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows. We knew there were some cheating scandals over the years, as in 2016, Ozzy was allegedly involved in a 4-year love affair with celebrity hair colorist Michelle Pugh. "When I say he gave me the greatest love of my life, I mean it," she told People exclusively about Ozzy, whom she claimed first pursued her 1 year after she first colored his hair in late 2011. "He made me feel like the most beautiful and worshipped woman in the world." Now, Ozzy's rep said he is sorry if Miss Pugh took their relationship out of context. He would like to apologize to the other women he has been having relationships with. Since his relationship with Miss Pugh was exposed, Ozzy has gone into intense therapy. However, Michelle maintains Ozzy was unhappy in his marriage and consistently and willingly and generously gave her his love. Now, we found out way more about this though in an interview with The Telegraph back in 2017, as Sharon said there wasn't just one woman, there were 6 of them, and that he had women in different countries. Basically, if you're a woman giving Ozzy either a back rub or a trolley of food, God help you, she said. But in 2016, Ozzy entered rehab for addiction, and when he was released, the couple renewed their vows and commitment to each other. "I made a huge mistake," Ozzy told Hello Magazine. "Without Sharon, I am nothing. I love her, and I can honestly say that I've never loved anybody more than my wife." So yeah, they're still together to this day.
Kanye and Bianca are officially too much. Their latest stunt at the 2025 Grammys had jaws dropping and social media buzzing when Bianca took down to a see-through dress, leaving little to the imagination. Talk about a bold fashion choice. This audacious display was not just a fashion mishap waiting to happen. It was a calculated PR move, according to sources. After all, Kanye knows that any publicity is good publicity, especially when it comes to promoting his latest fashion line. But wait, there's more. The couple arrived uninvited and were promptly escorted out, proving that even crashing a party can be part of their chaotic charm. Fans speculated whether Bianca was coerced into her daring outfit, or if it was all part of the plan. Either way, they certainly stole the show. With a relationship timeline filled with ups and downs since their 2022 marriage, Kanye and Bianca seem to thrive on scandal. Love them or hate them, they're definitely the couple everyone loves to talk about. Are Blake and Ryan trying too hard to stay perfect? Once Hollywood's golden couple, they're now the duo everyone loves to roll their eyes at. Their latest drama? a legal feud involving Blake's allegations against Justin Baldoni, which has turned their lives into a soap opera. Amid accusations of crossing professional boundaries and a $400 million countersuit, fans can't help but wonder if they're more about the headlines than the happiness. Ryan, known for his witty charm, is suddenly under scrutiny as old claims about his behavior on set resurface, making us question if this perfect couple is really as flawless as they seem. Meanwhile, Blake's promotional antics for her film It Ends With Us have been labeled tone-deaf, with her floral-themed marketing feeling more like a bad joke than a serious message about partner mistreatment. And let's not forget their controversial 2012 plantation wedding that keeps haunting them. With every new allegation, it seems like Blake and Ryan are trying harder to stay relevant, but instead, they're just giving us all the cringes. Selena and Benny are the couple her fans didn't ask for. Once upon a time, Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco were just friends in the music biz, but now they've turned into the celebrity couple that's testing our patience. Their relationship went public in December 2023, and ever since, it's been a whirlwind of Instagram posts and overly sweet declarations that make us cringe. Selena gushed about Benny, calling him "my absolute everything." But honestly, can we tone down the saccharine love notes? Their engagement announcement came faster than a pop song on the charts, and while fans initially cheered, many are now rolling their eyes at the constant PDA. From their Golden Globes kiss to Benny's relentless social media presence, it feels like they're trying a bit too hard to prove they're the perfect match. And let's not forget their awkward history. Benny was tight with Selena's exes, Justin Bieber and The Weeknd. Talk about complicated. As they continue to flaunt their love, it seems like everyone is just waiting for them to take a break from the spotlight. Will and Jada are Hollywood's most exhausting couple. After nearly 26 years of marriage, the Smiths have become the duo everyone loves to critique. Their unconventional relationship, living separately while still calling each other life partners, has left fans scratching their heads. Jada's candid revelations about their entanglement with August Alsina in 2020 set the stage for a media frenzy that hasn't let up since. Then came the infamous Oscars slap in 2022, where Will defended Jada after a joke about her shaved head. While it was a surprising moment, many felt it overshadowed his achievements and put Jada in the crossfire of public scrutiny. As if that wasn't enough, Jada's memoir, Worthy, stirred more drama by referring to their separation as a divorce, even though they've never legally ended things. Fans are now left wondering if this couple is more about the drama than genuine love. With every new revelation, it feels like they're trying to keep our attention rather than nurture their relationship. At this point, we could all use a break from the Smith saga. Kim and Kroy are the couple that just won't quit. Reality TV veterans Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann have turned their marriage into a never-ending soap opera, and honestly, we're all tired. From filing for divorce, twice, to airing their financial woes in public, it feels like these two are stuck in a loop of drama they can't escape, or maybe don't want to. Their constant back and forth has fans rolling their eyes. One minute, they're throwing shade at each other on social media, and the next, they're posting loved-up selfies like nothing ever happened. Add in the rumors of unpaid debts and messy fights over their Atlanta mansion, and it's clear this couple thrives on chaos. Kim's over-the-top personality mixed with Kroy's stoic demeanor used to be entertaining, but now it just feels exhausting. Fans who once rooted for them during their Don't Be Tardy days are now begging them to sort things out privately or at least stop dragging us along for the ride. At this point, Kim and Kroy's relationship is less power couple and more, please, no more updates. Harry and Meghan are the couple everyone's side-eyeing. Once the toast of the town, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have turned into a celebrity duo that feels more like a never-ending drama series. Their recent headlines are a mix of marital strife and public backlash, leaving fans wondering if they're more about the spectacle than substance. With Meghan caught up in discussions surrounding their former staff's claims of poor work ethic, it seems like every week brings a new situation. The latest chatter, a Vanity Fair article has reportedly turned Hollywood against them, with A-listers like Kim Kardashian distancing themselves from Meghan and Harry. An insider even claimed that Meghan's relentless pursuit of fame is causing a rift with Harry, who seems to want to retreat from the spotlight. Their attempts at humanitarian work have also been criticized, with one actress dubbing them disaster tourists for their recent visit to Los Angeles crisis victims. As they navigate separate career paths and face mounting scrutiny, it's clear that Harry and Meghan need to hit pause on the drama because, at this point, we're all just over it. Justin and Hailey Bieber are the couple everyone's tired of. What started as a fairy tale romance has turned into a PR circus that fans can't escape. Justin and Hailey Bieber's relationship has been under relentless attention, but lately, it feels like they're fueling the drama themselves. From cryptic Instagram posts to Hailey's ongoing feud rumors with Selena Gomez fans, this couple can't seem to stay out of the headlines, and not in a good way. Their latest turn of events? Justin's apparent indifference during public outings. Whether it's his casual, and sometimes sloppy, outfits next to Hailey's polished looks, or viral videos showing him walking ahead of her without a care. Fans are calling out their awkward vibes. Meanwhile, Hailey's attempts to rebrand herself as a lifestyle influencer through her Rhodes skincare line have been met with mixed reactions, with many accusing her of trying too hard to stay relevant. Between the constant social media drama and their increasingly strained public appearances, people are starting to wonder if the Biebers are more about keeping up appearances than building a healthy relationship. At this point, maybe less is more for these two. Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater are the couple everyone loves to spill the tea. Ever since their romance went public in mid-2023, Ariana and Ethan have been at the center of drama, and not the good kind. Their relationship began on the set of Wicked, but the timing of their love story raised eyebrows, as both were fresh out of divorces, Ariana from Dalton Gomez and Ethan from Lily J. Fans and critics alike have highlighted that they are moving too fast, with many questioning the overlap between their new romance and their previous marriages. Despite trying to keep things low-key, the couple has faced relentless attention. Their recent glamorous appearance at the National Board of Review Awards Gala in early 2025 only reignited backlash, with some calling it a PR distraction from their messy beginnings. Ariana's old Hollywood look may have dazzled, but it couldn't outshine the lingering skepticism surrounding their relationship. While they've managed to stay together through all the drama, many fans are simply over it. Whether it's their wild affair or the baggage that came with it, Ariana and Ethan have become one of Hollywood's most polarizing couples. Before Hailey Bieber became Mrs. Bieber, she was reportedly a die-hard fan of Justin. According to a viral documentary, Hailey joined Justin's fan clubs as a teenager to track his whereabouts, and even orchestrated casual run-ins by attending events he was scheduled to appear at. This wasn't just admiration, it was calculated persistence. Sources claim she would spend hours analyzing Justin's schedule, coordinating her appearances with his, and even befriending other fans to gain insider information. It's a level of dedication that goes beyond typical fandom, raising eyebrows about the extent of her fixation. Copying Selena Gomez's style and life choices. One of the most talked about aspects of Hailey's behavior is her alleged fixation on Selena Gomez, Justin's ex. Fans have pointed out how Hailey has mirrored Selena's outfits, tattoos, and even career moves, like attempting a cooking show similar to Selena's. The eerie similarities have sparked debates online, with many calling it more than just coincidence. From hairstyles to fashion choices and even philanthropic endeavors, the parallels are striking. Some argue it's a deliberate attempt to embody what Justin once loved in Selena, while others see it as a bizarre form of competition. The New Year's Eve setup. Here's where things get even more strategic. Fans speculate that Hailey orchestrated Selena Gomez's last-minute New Year's Eve trip to Dubai so she could spend the holiday alone with Justin. With Selena conveniently out of the picture, Hailey ensured there were no interruptions in her quest to win over Justin. Insiders suggest that Hailey may have used her connections to influence Selena's travel plans, creating the perfect opportunity for one-on-one time with Justin. This level of manipulation, if true, shows a startling commitment to her goal: retweeting Jelena content. In a bizarre twist, Hailey used to publicly ship Justin and Selena on Twitter before their breakup. She retweeted posts about their relationship and even supported fans who wanted her to confront Selena. This behavior later shifted as she began molding herself into someone who could catch Justin's attention. The abrupt change in her social media activity from supporting Jelena to pursuing Justin herself has led many to question the authenticity of her initial fan behavior. Was it all part of a long-term plan to get closer to Justin? The Anguilla vacation mystery. In December 2015, Hailey was spotted vacationing with Justin and his family in Anguilla. While this might seem innocent, fans claim she followed him so closely that it felt less like an invitation and more like an infiltration into his personal life. Reports suggest that Hailey may have manipulated mutual friends to secure an invitation, or even showed up uninvited. The fact that she managed to be included in such an intimate family gathering so early in their relationship has raised questions about her methods of getting close to Justin. Mirroring social media posts. Hailey has been accused of copying Selena's social media activity down to the smallest details. For instance, when Selena posted a song on TikTok, Hailey allegedly shared the same song shortly after on Instagram. Fans have compiled countless examples of this kind of behavior, fueling speculation about her obsession. This goes beyond mere coincidence, with some posts appearing within hours or even minutes of each other. The pattern is so consistent that it's hard to dismiss as anything but intentional, leading many to wonder about the psychological implications of such behavior. Using family connections for access. Hailey reportedly leveraged her father Stephen Baldwin's Hollywood connections to get closer to Justin. She befriended people in his inner circle, like Kendall Jenner, to secure her place in his life. This calculated networking eventually led to their marriage, but left many questioning her motives. Insiders claim that Hailey strategically attended industry events, parties, and even church services frequented by Justin's friends and family, slowly but surely integrating herself into his world. It's a masterclass in social climbing that ultimately paid off, but at what cost to her authenticity? The quick engagement after Selena. Finally, let's talk about timing. Just months after Justin ended things with Selena for good in 2018, he proposed to Hailey. Critics argue that Hailey capitalized on Justin's vulnerable state post-breakup and rushed into marriage before he had time to process his emotions. The whirlwind romance and engagement caught many by surprise, including Justin's own family and friends. Some speculate that Hailey saw this as her golden opportunity and moved quickly to secure her position as Mrs. Bieber before Justin could have second thoughts or reconnect with Selena. Strategically booking hotel rooms. In a shocking revelation, the documentary claims that Hailey would book multiple hotel rooms just to increase her chances of bumping into Justin. She allegedly went to great lengths, booking rooms in various hotels where Justin was staying, hoping to orchestrate accidental encounters in elevators or lobbies. This level of dedication shows an almost unbelievable commitment to putting herself in Justin's path, blurring the lines between fan behavior and stalking. The Sabrina Carpenter incident. Recently, a new twist has emerged in Hailey's alleged obsessive behavior. After Justin began following singer Sabrina Carpenter on Instagram and liking her posts, Hailey reportedly developed a new fixation. She started copying Sabrina's style and poses, much like she had done with Selena Gomez. This behavior suggests that Hailey's tendency to mirror Justin's interests extends beyond just Selena, potentially indicating a deeper pattern of insecurity or obsession. The pregnancy announcement timing. In May 2024, Justin and Hailey announced they were expecting their first child. Interestingly, this announcement came at a time when rumors of relationship troubles were circulating. Some speculate that the pregnancy might have been strategically timed to solidify their relationship and divert attention from any potential issues. The birth of their son Jack in August 2024 has seemingly brought them closer, but it has also reignited discussions about the dynamics of their relationship and Hailey's long-term plan to secure her position as Mrs. Bieber taking control of Justin's business affairs. In August 2023, reports emerged that Hailey was playing a bigger role in Justin's business affairs. A source claimed, "Hailey has taken control and is heavily involved. She's a part of meetings and she's talking a lot for him. She's the voice." This level of involvement in Justin's career suggests a desire to be deeply intertwined in every aspect of his life, potentially bordering on controlling behavior, constant public appearances, and social media presence. Throughout 2023 and 2024, Hailey and Justin have been frequently photographed together and have maintained a strong social media presence as a couple. From matching outfits to coordinated Instagram posts, their public image seems carefully curated. This constant display of their relationship could be seen as an attempt by Hailey to reinforce their bond and maintain her position as Justin's wife in the public eye. Disneyland photo ops. In March 2025, Justin shared photos of himself and Hailey at Disneyland on Instagram. While this might seem like a normal couple activity, some fans speculated that Hailey orchestrated these public outings to present a united front amid rumors of relationship troubles. The carefully curated social media posts could be seen as an attempt to control their public image and dispel any negative speculation about their marriage over involvement in Justin's mental health journey. Hailey has been notably involved in Justin's mental health struggles. While supportive partners are crucial, some observers have questioned whether Hailey's level of involvement borders on obsessive. In a November 2021 podcast, Hailey stated she was determined to stick it out no matter what the outcome was going to be, even during Justin's worst times. This unwavering commitment, while admirable, has led some to wonder if Hailey's identity has become too intertwined with Justin's well-being. Whether you see these actions as love or obsession, one thing is clear. Hailey Bieber's journey from fan to wife has been anything but ordinary. The lengths she allegedly went to in order to capture Justin's heart paint a picture of determination bordering on fixation. Justin Bieber has fans concerned over his shocking Instagram videos he has been posting recently. He even was caught unfollowing his wife, Hailey Bieber. What is really going on with him? And should we be worried? Let's break it down. Justin Bieber's rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric. He went from a small-town kid posting videos on YouTube to one of the biggest pop stars in the world. But behind the glitz and glamour, Justin was dealing with some serious struggles. He's been candid about his past substance abuse, admitting to using hard substances during his younger years. He described it as a way to escape the pressures of fame and the overwhelming spotlight he found himself under. This wasn't just a phase. It was a dangerous spiral that affected his health, his relationships, and his outlook on life. While Justin has worked hard to overcome these challenges, addiction is a lifelong battle, and fans worry about how those struggles might still impact him today, especially in his marriage to Hailey. It's hard not to wonder if those scars from the past still linger, and if they're affecting his ability to be fully present as a husband. Justin Bieber has always been in the public eye, but lately, fans have noticed something off about him. In recent appearances, Justin has looked disheveled, or even zoned out, sparking concerns about his well-being. Videos of him during interviews or casual outings have gone viral, with people commenting on how he seems distant or not entirely present. Some speculate that he might be dealing with mental health struggles or physical health issues that aren't being addressed publicly. Others think it could just be the toll of fame catching up with him after years in the spotlight. Whatever the case may be, fans are worried, and many wonder how these challenges might be affecting his marriage to Hailey. Fame isn't easy, and when your every move is scrutinized by millions, it's no surprise that cracks can start to show. Social media is a big deal for celebrities. It's how they connect with fans and share glimpses of their personal lives. So, when Justin Bieber unfollowed several important people earlier this year, including his longtime manager Scooter Braun and even some family members, fans couldn't help but notice. This sudden purge raised eyebrows and led to all kinds of speculation about what might be going on behind the scenes. Was he cutting ties with people who no longer supported him? Was this part of some bigger personal transformation? While Hailey Bieber remained on his list, many wondered if this move hinted at tension in their marriage or other relationships in his life. Social media might seem trivial to some, but for someone like Justin, whose life is constantly under a microscope, it often reflects deeper dynamics at play. If you've followed Justin Bieber on Instagram over the years, you've probably seen some of his more emotional posts, the ones that make you stop scrolling and wonder what's really going on with him. One post in particular stood out. "Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning." It was raw, vulnerable, and left fans deeply concerned about his mental state. This wasn't an isolated incident either. Justin has shared similar cryptic messages that hint at feelings of loneliness or self-doubt. While some people see these posts as artistic expressions or moments of reflection, others worry they're signs of deeper struggles that might not be fully addressed. For Hailey, being married to someone who shares such vulnerable thoughts publicly must come with its own challenges, especially when millions of people are speculating about what those posts mean. Justin Bieber's love life has always been front-page news, especially his highly publicized relationship with Selena Gomez. While their romance seemed like a fairy tale at first, it eventually unraveled in a very public way. Selena later described their relationship as emotionally abusive, claiming that Justin exhibited manipulative behavior that left her feeling hurt and scarred. It was a shocking revelation that made fans question whether Justin had truly grown from those experiences, or if those toxic patterns might still linger in his marriage to Hailey Bieber. Sure, people change over time, but growth isn't always linear, and unresolved issues from past relationships can sometimes resurface in new ones. Fans hope Justin has learned from his mistakes, but there's always a lingering concern about whether old habits die hard. Justin Bieber and Hailey often share sweet moments together online, but some interactions between them have left fans scratching their heads. There have been instances where Justin's behavior toward Hailey seemed less than kind, like slamming car doors on her or snapping at her during live streams. While some people chalk these moments up to playful banter between spouses, others see them as signs of disrespect or even frustration bubbling under the surface. These incidents have sparked debates among fans about whether Justin truly values Hailey as an equal partner, or if there are deeper issues in their relationship dynamic that aren't being addressed publicly. Marriage isn't always perfect, but for celebrities like Justin and Hailey, every little moment gets magnified, and fans can't help but weigh in. Despite assurances from Justin Bieber's team that he's clean and healthy, rumors about potential relapse continue to swirl around him, and they've left fans feeling uneasy. Addiction is a tough battle that doesn't just go away overnight. Even years later, it can still rear its head unexpectedly. Whispers about substance use have surfaced repeatedly over the years, sparking concerns about how these struggles might affect Justin's mental health. And even his marriage to Hailey? Fans want nothing more than to see him thrive both personally and professionally. But these rumors make them wonder if he's truly free from the demons he faced earlier in life, or if they're still lurking beneath the surface. Justin Bieber has been open about how fame has affected him mentally over the years, and it hasn't always been pretty. He once admitted feeling like he didn't deserve any of the success he'd achieved, a classic symptom of imposter syndrome that many celebrities face after skyrocketing to fame so quickly. These feelings can take a toll on anyone, but are especially challenging when you're also trying to maintain a healthy marriage like Justin is with Hailey. Being married while battling self-doubt isn't easy. It requires constant communication and support from both partners, and fans worry that these mental health challenges might place extra strain on their relationship. From Instagram posts to red carpet appearances, Justin Bieber and Hailey often seem like the perfect couple. But is everything really as picture perfect as it seems? Despite their public denials, rumors persist that their marriage isn't as stable as they'd like people to believe. Allegations of tension between them suggest that Hailey may be carrying much of the emotional weight in their relationship while trying to shield her husband from criticism online and in the media. Fans have speculated whether cracks are beginning to show behind closed doors, or if their love will ultimately stand strong against all odds. And speaking of social media, let's talk about Hailey's TikTok game lately. She recently posted a meme joking about being a terrible therapist who would want to see pictures of the person someone is crying over. Of course, fans immediately connected this to Justin and his well-documented struggles with mental health, and maybe even lingering feelings for Selena Gomez. Whether she meant it as a joke or not, it definitely got people talking. Is Hailey throwing subtle shade or just having fun with internet humor? Fans can't stop speculating about divorce. Of course, every time something like this happens, divorce rumors start flying around like wildfire. Fans love to dissect every single move they make, whether it's an unfollow on Instagram or an awkward video of them in public, and turn it into evidence that their marriage is falling apart. While both Justin and Hailey have denied any serious issues in the past, these incidents keep piling up, making it harder for people to believe everything is fine between them. So what does this mean for their future? So where do Justin and Hailey go from here? They've both brushed off this latest drama as nothing more than a glitch. But will fans buy it? With all eyes constantly on them, and Selena Gomez still looming in the background, it feels like their relationship will always be under a microscope. Whether they're truly happy or just trying to keep things together for appearances, one thing's for sure, this won't be the last time we hear about drama in the Bieber household.
Starting off with Hugh Grant. On 27th of June 1995, Hugh Grant, then aged 34 and the star of 4 Weddings and a Funeral, got caught and arrested in a Los Angeles alleyway with a random woman while he was being intimate with her and was also seen giving her a $50 bill. He was dating Elizabeth Hurley at the time, who was really making her mark on Hollywood and becoming a symbol in her own right. Many people were shocked and asked, but why? The general consensus at the time was that his career was ruined, but he did something extraordinarily clever. He went on talk show host Jay Leno's show at the time and actually talked about it. It was a funny, uncomfortable, and embarrassing interview, and it actually warmed the public up to him immeasurably. Grant stuttered and fidgeted before asking viewers for forgiveness, saying, "I've done an abominable thing," and she, being Liz Hurley, has been amazing about it. And contrary to what I read in the paper today, she's been very supportive and we're going to try to work it out. He also said he was just in a really bad state of mind and that he was about to launch his first Hollywood film. He said, the film was about to come out a week or 2 after that and I had a bad feeling about it. I went to see a screening. Everyone in it was brilliant, but I was so atrocious that I was not in a good frame of mind. Hurley didn't actually leave him immediately, but after 13 years together, Hurley and Grant announced an amicable split in May of 2000. Now, the couple actually met in 1987 and were an item before they became famous. Hugh had said, we went from zero to somewhere together and we went through terrible years at the beginning when neither of us had any work, living in a tiny flat. It was quite bonding. The incident followed him around. He was, the butt of the joke for every stand-up for quite a while, but his career didn't really suffer from it. Ultimately, he was ordered to pay a $1,000 fine and attend an education program as punishment. Divine Brown, the lady who was actually caught in the alley with him, actually became like a mini celebrity, appearing on the Fantasy Channel, earning a lot more than Hugh's initial $50 from the encounter. Next up, we have Kristen Stewart and Rupert Sanders. Now, this was a huge scandal back then, as Kristen was dating Robert Pattinson and he was one of the most sought after men in Hollywood. So Kristen Stewart turned into like an overnight sensation with her role as Bella Swan in the Twilight Saga. She was paired opposite Robert Pattinson, who played Edward Cullen in the romance fantasy film. The duo fell in love and dated for about 3 long years before she was caught cheating with Rupert Sanders. Now, in 2012, pictures of Kristen kissing her Snow White and the Huntsman director went absolutely viral on the internet. He was married to model Liberty Ross at the time, who filed for divorce shortly after the affair came to light. Stewart received like massive backlash for her act. She faced public scrutiny, and during one of her confessions, Kristen actually mentioned that she had no reason behind cheating on Robert. She was just going through like a very self-destructive phase in her life, and when the affair began, the online backlash did take a huge toll on her mental health. Rupert would go on the record to say that it was like a momentary lapse and said, you never know what's coming in life. Around every corner, there's something unexpected. And that's life. You just have to brush yourself off and continue moving forward the best you can. Everyone makes mistakes, and I am bound to make more mistakes, and I wouldn't expect my life to be exciting if I didn't. If you took people off the table for a momentary lapse, there would be no one making art. Well, the Twilight lovebirds gave another chance to love when they reconciled in October of that year, but things didn't work out and they finally ended their long-term relationship in May of 2013. Next on the list, we have Jordyn Woods, Kylie Jenner's ex-BFF. Now, this was like a backstab like no other. Tristan, who's quite known for cheating on his partners, and in particular his ex-girlfriend and baby mother, Khloe Kardashian, took it to the next diabolical level. Like, this one hit way too close to home, as it was Khloe's younger sister's best friend. The basketball player made headlines after he was caught cheating on the reality star. Now, in September of 2018, Kardashian and Thompson attended Jordyn's 21st birthday party in LA. In February 2019, Woods shared like a cryptic message about love on Twitter just hours before her and Thompson hooked up. It actually said, "I could love you and still cut you off." And after hanging out with Drake at Shore Bar in Santa Monica, Thompson hosted an after after party and was spotted getting cozy with Woods. A source actually said that the pair was all over each other. Just one day later, Jordan went and spent time with her best friend at the time, Kylie Jenner, literally just hours after she hooked up with the NBA player. After a photo surfaced that same day of Jordan Woods making out with Tristan Thompson at the party, Khloe then confronted Thompson, and according to an insider, he admitted to it, and she then ended their relationship. Now, this created huge tensions within the Kardashian family, and a whole feud between Khloe and Jordan ensued. Now, despite there actually being literal proof, Tristan went straight to Twitter in a now deleted post simply saying, "Fake news." Apparently, this whole ordeal really had no effect on him at all. A source said that Tristan isn't a manipulative person. He's just a cheater and doesn't care about anyone besides himself, his wants, and his needs in the moment. He went on to say, Tristan isn't too worried about seeing True or Khloe establishing new rules when it comes to co-parenting. Okay. Khloe would go on to share a series of cryptic quotes on her Instagram stories, with one of them saying that betrayal was your blessing, and with another one saying the worst pain is getting hurt by a person you explained your pain to. All of the Kardashians unfollowed Tristan and Woods too, actually, which isn't really surprising, and Jordan said she felt absolutely horrible and that her whole world was rocked. I mean, she also went on the record to say that that incident was the first time they had ever hooked up and nothing prior between them ever happened. It really didn't matter what she had to say though, because the whole Kardashian Jenner family was done with her. Like, you hear me? I mean, done, okay? I could really go super deep into this whole debacle because it really was like the ultimate hot mess of the year. Between Khloe forgiving Tristan, taking him back, him cheating on her again, and Jordan going on Red Table Talk, and then Kylie forgiving Jordan. Like, honestly, it's just too much. And one day we might circle back to this, okay? Moving on now, next we have Brendan Schaub. Okay, so in case you don't know, he's an American podcast host, former professional mixed martial artist, and stand-up comedian. He is the host of the Fighter and the Kid podcast, the Below the Belt with Brendan Schaub podcast, and co-host of the Golden Hour podcast, along with fellow comedians Chris D'Elia and Eric Griffin. Again, he's doing a lot, and that's not the only thing he's doing too much of. He stays in the light of attention because he has been embroiled in cheating scandals that have sparked widespread controversy. Now, one of the most notable incidents involves his alleged flirting with Kalela Khan, the ex-girlfriend of comedian Bobby Lee. According to reports, Schaub had been flirting with Khan on several occasions, including on his podcast, The Fighter and the Kid. Khan later revealed on her own podcast, Trash Tuesday, that Brendan had sent her an inappropriate text message while she was still in a relationship with Lee. Now, Brendan's actions allegedly led to a rift between him and Lee, with whom he had previously been close friends with. Lee had since spoken publicly about the incident, stating that Schaub's behavior was a contributing factor to him breaking up with Khan. Additionally, there have actually been more rumors of Schaub's infidelity in his marriage to Joanna. Now, anonymous sources have made claims of Schaub's involvement with other women, and what's really wild though is that screenshots proving him cheating were leaked. They started in June 2022. He sent like mass DMs to quote-unquote baddies and wanted to see who answered. But what's more diabolical is that he had an employee send these messages out. Like, DMing through third person is insane. Now, on another instance, there's a video footage of him giving a note to a girl at a party. He approaches her, hands off this note, and then you see the girl get up and go tell her friend. His wife, although being faced with undeniable proof of his infidelity, still has not left him, and maybe she has no plans to. I mean, they seem to be going strong and they're raising their 2 children together, so I guess, you know what, best of luck. Moving on, last but certainly not least, we have Robin Thicke, the Lost Without You singer and ex-husband to Paula Patton. It was the butt grab scene around the world. In a photo that went absolutely viral, Robin Thicke is seen posing with a fan at a VMA after party. But if you look at the reflection behind them, you can actually see that he's grabbing a little more than he should. So Lana Scalaro, the 20-year-old fan who posed with Thicke, is saying that the Blurred Line singer did more than just grab her behind. She says the two actually made out while Thicke's wife Paula was literally a few feet away, and according to Scalaro, Thicke also allegedly said things like, "I just love the fact that you're younger than me and I want to get you into bed." It's like giving Predator. But the student says things didn't escalate beyond that because the two were constantly being interrupted at the party. This isn't the first time though that he got caught in a really tricky position. He was criticized for his performance with Miley Cyrus at the 2013 VMAs, and despite many onlookers, saying it was distasteful and disrespectful towards his wife, Paula actually went on to say, "It's just so funny because when I saw him perform, I was like, you guys killed it." She added then, "Why are people making such a big deal about it? Quite frankly, all of my friends dance like that with him. He's like the guy that you can dance with because he's safe." Paula was also super supportive of the Racy Blurred Lines video that made Emily Ratajkowski a star too. Now, Thicke actually told Now magazine in a statement that read, "Some of it was my wife's idea. My wife is an artist first and a wife second. She was excited about it right away and loved the video and wanted to watch it like 10 times. Then she would jump on my bones." So with all this love and support from his wife, and let's not forget how beautiful she is, many fans just couldn't believe that he would cheat on her. The two were together for the better part of like 21 years and married for almost 9 before Patton finally filed for divorce in 2014, just citing, irreconcilable differences, which is the legal catch-all for whatever makes a union ultimately unsalvageable. Now, they also have a son together who they welcomed in June of 2010, and they do continue to raise and support him jointly. Robin tried for several years to get her back, but to no surprise, she didn't bite, and he regrets his mishaps, and who knows though, maybe one day they will reconcile.
After a year filled with bizarre outfits, questionable public appearances, and endless drama, rumors are swirling that the two are headed for a split. Speculation kicked into high gear after Bianca's jaw-dropping Grammy look, one that had people wondering if she picked it herself or if Kanye had a hand in it. Add in his latest round of provocative remarks, and sources say Bianca might finally be over the chaos. Their relationship has always been unconventional, marrying in a hush-hush ceremony right after Kanye's divorce from Kim, navigating constant media scrutiny, and sparking debates over who's really calling the shots. If Kanye and Bianca really are calling it quits, things could get messy because word is they don't have a prenup. That means if this marriage officially unravels, Bianca might walk away with a serious payday. And if a divorce is coming, it won't just be another headline. It could turn into a financial spectacle, because when Kanye goes all in, he really goes all in. Justin and Hailey's marriage might not survive 2025, and if they split, it won't be cheap. Justin and Hailey's 6-year marriage is reportedly on the rocks, with sources claiming Hailey is seriously considering divorce. The reason? Justin's erratic behavior, anxiety struggles, and alleged substance use have reached a breaking point, especially now that they have a 5-month-old son, Jack. Adding to the chaos, Justin is reportedly terrified about being dragged into Diddy's upcoming trial, fearing it could destroy his career. If Hailey walks away, she could take custody of Jack and a massive chunk of Justin's $300 million fortune. Because, surprise, they don't have a prenup. At this rate, 2025 might be the year Justin loses more than just his marriage. Will and Jada's marriage has survived a lot, but 2025 might be the year it finally doesn't. Although Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have weathered numerous public relationship challenges over their decades-long marriage, celebrity predictions for 2025 suggest this might be the year they finally formalize their separation. According to predictions published in early January, the couple may finally call it quits when new details of their separate lives emerge, making it impossible for them to credibly call themselves a couple. While this remains speculative, the couple has been open about going through difficult periods in their relationship, including a temporary separation that became public knowledge in 2020. The high-profile nature of their marriage, combined with their candid discussions about their relationship challenges on Jada's Red Table Talk program, has kept their marriage status a topic of public interest. If they were to divorce formally in 2025, it would represent the end of one of Hollywood's most enduring and discussed partnerships. Harry and Meghan are headed for a split. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle marriage is facing increasing scrutiny, as reports suggest major cracks in their relationship. Their diverging career paths have become evident. Meghan is focused on Hollywood fame with her lifestyle brand and Netflix series, while Harry prioritizes humanitarian work. Insiders claim their ambitions are pulling them in opposite directions. Financial struggles from failed joint ventures, including the Archewell Foundation's declining donations, have added pressure. Meanwhile, Harry's ongoing rift with the royal family is another source of tension, especially as Meghan reportedly has no interest in returning to the UK. Allegations of controlling behavior and Harry feeling trapped have also fueled speculation. Some reports claim Meghan is already planning a potential exit strategy, with sources suggesting she wants a lucrative settlement if they separate. However, the couple is reportedly attending therapy to strengthen their marriage. While Harry has publicly denied divorce rumors, their future remains uncertain. Will they overcome these challenges or go their separate ways? Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's fairy tale romance might be heading for its biggest test yet. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have been the ultimate power couple since they got together in 2023, but predictions for 2025 suggest their relationship may hit some bumps. Speculation points to a possible pregnancy announcement this year, an exciting prospect, but one that could allegedly expose cracks between the two. While they've shown no signs of trouble, their high-profile romance is under constant public scrutiny. Balancing Taylor's global music career and Travis's demanding NFL schedule already requires careful coordination. Adding major life changes, like starting a family, could create new challenges. With both superstars at the peak of their careers, the pressure to juggle their personal and professional lives might test their relationship like never before. Jennifer Lopez's love life might take another turn in 2025. Following her 2024 split from Ben Affleck, predictions suggest she may date a younger rising music star, but it likely won't last. While she hasn't confirmed a new romance, Lopez's history of high-profile relationships keeps fans watching closely. Her reunion and marriage to Affleck was one of Hollywood's most talked-about love stories, but their split reignited speculation about her next move. If the 2025 predictions prove true, Lopez's rumored relationship with a younger musician would follow a familiar pattern, as she has previously been linked to rising stars in the music industry. However, the same forecasts predict the romance will fizzle out before the year ends. Given her history of fast-moving relationships, any new developments in her love life are sure to make headlines. Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet might not last. Their relationship may seem strong now, but several challenges could lead to a split. One major issue is conflicting careers. Chalamet's hectic filming schedule keeps him away for long periods, while Kylie's expanding business empire demands constant attention. If they struggle to make time for each other, their connection could weaken. Then there's media pressure. Their relationship is constantly scrutinized, with paparazzi and fans analyzing their every move. Over time, this level of attention can strain even the strongest couples. Family dynamics also play a role. Kylie's children are her top priority, and if Chalamet struggles to fully integrate into that aspect of her life, tension could arise. Their lifestyles are different too. Chalamet prefers privacy, while Kylie thrives in the public eye. If they can't find balance, their relationship might not last. Also, external factors like Kylie's co-parenting with Travis Scott and ongoing celebrity rumors could add stress and complicate their future together. Blake Lively's legal troubles might be the biggest threat to her marriage with Ryan Reynolds. Their picture-perfect relationship is facing cracks, and much of it ties back to Blake's involvement in the $400 million Justin Baldoni lawsuit. The case, filled with allegations of inappropriate behavior and defamation, has thrown them into a legal firestorm, bringing stress, media scrutiny, and endless speculation. Ryan, who has always kept a clean image, is now being dragged into the mess. Insiders claim that the constant pressure is affecting their relationship behind the scenes, forcing Ryan to deal with backlash he never signed up for. The strain is piling up. Their plan to step back from Hollywood in 2025 was meant to focus on family, but instead, they're caught in a public scandal. Even friends like Taylor Swift are reportedly distancing themselves, leaving them more isolated. It seems like Blake's legal troubles aren't just bad for her career, they might be the breaking point for her marriage. Jay-Z's latest drama is putting new strain on his marriage with Beyonce. Their relationship has endured past challenges, media scrutiny, and public speculation. But now, new allegations surrounding Jay-Z have placed them under fresh pressure. With growing concerns over their public image, insiders suggest that Beyonce is feeling the weight of the situation and is being advised to focus on protecting her career and family. This isn't the first time they've faced difficulties. Jay-Z's past admission of infidelity and the infamous elevator incident with Solange were already major tests for their marriage. Now, with Beyonce at a pivotal point in her career, balancing personal and professional responsibilities has become even more complex. With upcoming projects and her role as a mother, Beyonce may be reassessing how much she's willing to endure. If the pressure continues to build, she could be forced to make a difficult decision about their future. Sydney Sweeney's relationship with Jonathan Davino is facing new pressures that could test their bond. The couple has been together for years, but recent challenges are making things more complicated. One key factor is their 14-year age gap, which could lead to differences in priorities and long-term goals. As Sydney's career continues to rise, balancing work and personal life has become increasingly difficult. Their wedding, originally planned for May 2025, has been delayed, sparking speculation that their busy schedules are getting in the way. Additionally, constant rumors about Sydney and co-star Glenn Powell have added to the public pressure, even though they've denied any issues. While they prefer to keep their relationship private, outside scrutiny and the demands of their careers could make it harder to maintain stability. If these tensions continue, they may have to reconsider how to move forward together. Blake and Justin started as co-stars, but leaked texts turned their professional bond into a full-blown legal war. What seemed like friendly banter between Blake and Justin quickly became the center of a messy $400 million lawsuit. One leaked text had Blake describing her love language as spicy and playfully bold, never with teeth. Another revealed she invited Justin to her trailer while pumping baby milk. Things got even wilder when Justin's team dropped 168 pages of private messages, including conversations with Ryan Reynolds, and even hints at Taylor Swift's involvement. The fallout? Claims of inappropriate behavior, defamation, and an urgent court order from Blake and Ryan to stop Justin from leaking more. One text even had Blake calling herself Khaleesi with Ryan and Taylor as her dragons. What started as a simple co-star dynamic ended with courtroom drama and Hollywood's biggest names caught in the crossfire. If this proves anything, it's that in showbiz, even text messages can cost millions. Kim and Kanye's marriage didn't just fall apart, it unraveled in front of millions. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's messy divorce became even more chaotic when Kanye repeatedly posted their private text conversations on social media. From custody battles to school choices, Kanye exposed it all, often deleting the messages just as quickly as he shared them. One heated exchange showed Kim urging him to stop making their disagreements public, while Kanye pushed back about their children's education, insisting they attend his Donda Academy instead of Kim's preferred schools. Another set of messages revealed tensions over custody, with Kim frustrated over Kanye's erratic behavior. By making their private battles public, Kanye turned their divorce into a spectacle, forcing Kim to handle both personal heartbreak and public scrutiny. Their 4 children were caught in the middle, and the leaks only fueled concerns about Kanye's emotional state. This case proved that when personal disputes go public, they can become weapons, especially in the hands of someone unfiltered. Jason and Olivia said their breakup was mutual, until leaked texts told a very different story. Jason and Olivia's split was already making headlines, but things got messier when their former nanny spilled the tea. Leaked texts showed Jason blindsided by Olivia's exit, contradicting their amicable breakup claims. One message read, "She left, she just left." Another painted a heartbreaking scene. She left them, wide awake, sitting in Daisy's bed. The timing? Harsh. Rumors were swirling about Olivia and Harry, and suddenly Jason's private pain was front-page news. According to the nanny, he was out of control crying and desperate to fix things. These texts flipped the script. Fans who once believed in a clean break now saw a blindsided Jason and an Olivia who may have downplayed the chaos. What should have been a private matter between 2 parents turned into a Hollywood saga. The lesson? Breakups are bad enough without your texts turning into headlines. Meghan and MGK's love story was already a wild ride, but a few messages may have brought it to a screeching halt. Their relationship had always been dramatic, but things took a final turn when Meghan allegedly found texts from other women on MGK's phone during a Thanksgiving trip. The timing couldn't have been worse. She had just announced her pregnancy, and instead of solidifying their bond, the discovery shattered it. Insiders say Meghan was over it and fed up with MGK's behavior. She had tried to rebuild trust, but this was the last straw. While their on-again, off-again dynamic made some wonder if they'd reconcile yet again, this time felt different. Her friends, who had never been fans of MGK, were reportedly relieved. For a couple known for grand gestures and fiery passion, it seems a few text messages were enough to burn it all down. Diddy and Cassie's relationship always seemed complicated, but private messages pulled back the curtain on something far more disturbing. What looked like a glamorous music industry romance unraveled when texts between them surfaced, revealing the darker side of their dynamic. In one chilling message, Cassie wrote, "When you get F*** head up the wrong way, you always want to show me that you have the power and you knock me around. I'm not a rag doll, I'm someone's child." The words painted a painful picture, one that aligned with a 2016 surveillance video showing an alleged altercation. Diddy once dismissed past incidents as private matters, but these messages suggested something far more troubling. The fallout wasn't just personal, it shook his reputation, business ventures, and public image. For Cassie, it became a moment of validation, exposing what had been hidden behind closed doors. Sometimes the truth doesn't come from interviews or statements, it's in the messages people never expected the world to see. Adam Levine was known for love songs, but his DMs told a different story. The Maroon 5 frontman's carefully crafted family man image took a major hit when model Sumner Stroh shared flirty messages he had sent her. The timing couldn't have been worse. His wife, Behati Prinsloo, was pregnant with their third child. To make things worse, one of his messages suggested he wanted to name the baby after Stroh. Adam quickly denied a physical affair but admitted he had crossed the line. Still, the damage was done. The public reaction was swift, turning his private messages into headlines. While he and Prinsloo chose to stay together, the scandal forced them to work through personal struggles under the glare of public scrutiny. It's a reminder that in the digital age, a single DM can rewrite a public image overnight. Tory Lanez tried to deny everything, but his messages had other plans. In the aftermath of the July 2020 shooting that left Megan Thee Stallion injured, Tory Lanez repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. But a private message he sent Megan told a different story. "I know you probably never gone talk to me again, but I genuinely want you to know I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart," he wrote. That text, revealed in court, became a turning point in the case. While Tony and his defense team argued for his innocence, this message contradicted him, serving as key evidence in his eventual conviction. For Megan, it was both validation and a harsh reminder of the scrutiny she faced when she spoke out. For Tony, it was another nail in the coffin, contributing to his 10-year prison sentence and destroying his career. The case is a reminder. When the truth is in writing, there's no escaping it. Jeff Bezos had billions of dollars, but not enough privacy to keep his affair a secret. In early 2019, intimate text messages between Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and TV host Lauren Sanchez leaked, exposing an affair while both were still married. Some messages were so explicit that tabloids labeled them sleazy, turning Bezos' private life into a media frenzy. Within weeks, he announced his divorce from Mackenzie Scott after 25 years of marriage. The leak became even messier when Bezos alleged the National Enquirer's parent company of blackmail, claiming they threatened to release more messages unless he stopped investigating how they got them. Instead of backing down, he exposed their alleged extortion attempt in a public Medium post. The scandal deepened when it was revealed that Lauren's own brother, Michael Sanchez, had allegedly leaked the messages. What started as a personal crisis turned into a high-stakes battle over privacy, power, and betrayal, one that reshaped Bezos' personal and public life forever. Some mistakes happen once. Tristan Thompson made a habit out of them. Khloe Kardashian's relationship with NBA player Tristan Thompson has been a public roller coaster, repeatedly shattered by leaked texts exposing his infidelity. One of the earliest scandals erupted in 2019 when messages between Tristan and Jordyn Woods, Kylie Jenner's then best friend, surfaced, effectively ending both his relationship with Khloe and Woods' ties to the Kardashian-Jenner family. Then came the Maralee Nichols scandal. Court documents revealed texts where Tristan not only denied fathering her child, but also suggested she terminate the pregnancy, offering little financial support. DNA tests later confirmed the child was his, making his attempts to dodge responsibility even more damaging. Despite attempts at reconciliation, these leaked messages made forgiveness impossible. While Khloe and Tristan now co-parent their daughter True, the trust between them has been permanently broken. His story is a reminder that in the digital age, repeated betrayals don't just hurt relationships, they leave a permanent record. Some messages can change everything, and Jonah Hill learned that the hard way. Jonah Hill faced intense scrutiny when private text messages exposing his controlling behavior in a past relationship were leaked. The messages, revealed by his ex-girlfriend, professional surfer Sarah Brady, painted Jonah as manipulative, using therapy speak to set restrictive boundaries that many viewed as red flags. He allegedly dictated how she should dress, who she could befriend, and what activities were acceptable, all under the guise of respecting his needs. The drama erupted at a time when Hill had been shifting his public image, advocating for emotional health awareness. The texts, however, created a sharp contrast between his progressive, self-aware persona and his private interactions. While Hill did not directly address the backlash, the revelations altered public perception, with many questioning the authenticity of his carefully crafted image.
Beyonce and Jay-Z are without a doubt one of the music industry's biggest power couples. Their star power is undeniable, with both of the multi-Grammy award-winning artists dominating the charts ever since they launched their careers ages ago. They started a romantic relationship in 2001 and immediately hit it off, going on to collaborate with each other on several music projects during the early 2000s. They went public with their relationship in 2004, tied the knot in an intimate private wedding, and the world has been watching as they built this beautiful family together. And while they've been crazy in love, drunk in love, you name it, their love story does have quite a few hiccups. And that's why we're here today. As with many celebrity couples, the pressure of fame and the eyes of the world watching can lead to some cracks in the foundation of a marriage. And with nasty tabloid headlines and rumors swirling around Hollywood, it's not easy for stars to cope with obstacles that might threaten those relationships. Add in the fact that they have endless amounts of wealth and access at their disposal, and let's see how today takes us. So there's no question, Beyonce is a workaholic. The show-stopping artist has been grinding in the music industry since she was in Destiny's Child, and she's continued to be one of the most critically acclaimed artists of her generation. But she might have sacrificed areas of her personal life in order to achieve her immense success. At least, that's the picture that Jay-Z painted in his track, Last One. Now that song was part of his Kingdom Come album, which dropped in 2006, and it shined a bit of a light on the rapper's relationship with the Love on Top singer. Here's the lyrics, folks. I don't think it's meant to be B, but she loves her work more than she does me, and honestly at 23, I would probably love my work more than I did she. While this line could have been interpreted as shade at his partner, given her demanding work ethic, Jay-Z did clear the air about the meaning behind the song, allegedly. He said, yeah, in a lot of ways, this is the flip side of the songs in my catalog. This is where women exist almost completely as predators or objects. This is about how difficult it is to respect a lover as an autonomous human being with separate needs and goals and timelines than yours. It's one of the hardest things about a real relationship of equals, but it's worth it. Okay, pal, that's your statement. You're sticking to it. But as another workaholic, So being the giant stars that they are, one has to wonder, do Jay-Z and Beyonce ever get competitive about the success of their respective careers? Well, reports suggested that the two hit a rough patch in their marriage about 10 years ago, in the middle of their joint On the Run tour. The pair toured across the nation together that summer, finishing out the production with 2 shows in Paris. And while they had sold out shows and epic performances to boast about during their joint tour, rumors suggested life behind the scenes might have taken a turn for the worse. A source told the Post at the time that it would take a miracle for their marriage to survive. They were trying to figure out a way to split without divorcing, because that was a huge concert tour. They already had most of the money from the promoters up front. The insider also mentioned that the pair was spotted without their wedding rings, alluding to even more collusion in the marriage. For just a split moment, things got real for them, and Beyonce was talking about adding to the family. But after a while, Jay was out doing Jay, Bey was out doing Bey. They made the classic mistake of thinking reproducing would change everything and help rekindle their initial fire, and it didn't. Despite the allegations though, they weathered the rumors. They went back on tour together in 2018. They're still a thing. But I'm sensing some cracks here. While everyone can appreciate a good breakup album, nobody was expecting Beyonce to drop Lemonade without warning. So sure, this couple has dealt with their fair share of rumors of Wandering Eyes, Trouble in Paradise, but fans were not ready for that track list that Queen Bee had prepared when the visual album dropped in 2016. People exploded the internet following its release, with songs about a crumbling relationship and an affair, making fans believe the singer's marriage to Jay-Z was beyond repair. Let's see, the track Sorry, she throws a lot of shade with the lyrics, he only wants me when I'm not there, he better call Becky with the good hair. Not to mention the video for the song Hold Up features the artist wielding a baseball bat and smashing car windows. Clearly, Beyonce was alluding to somebody wronging her, and her fan base was quick to call it Jay-Z. And perhaps the greatest PR move ever, she released the epic breakup album exclusively on Tidal, her husband's streaming service. Fans quickly turned to Twitter to address all the controversy, with one person tweeting, "Unless I'm misunderstanding, these lyrics gonna have folks looking at Jay-Z like, hashtag lemonade." Jay-Z and Beyonce remained hush-hush about their relationship status at the time, however, and neither confirmed nor denied the allegations of infidelity. And Beyonce kind of tucked away those divorce rumors about a month or so after the album dropped by giving her husband an onstage shout-out, and the two were like, "Hey, by the way, we're expecting twins." Well, the world did eventually find out that there was some truth to Becky with the good hair. Jay-Z first alluded to his infidelity in his track 444, which he released in June of 2017, and in that track he raps, "And if my offspring knew, I don't even know what I would do. If they ain't look at me the same, I would probably die with the shame. You did what with who? What good is a à toi when you have a soulmate? You risk that for blue." So the Run This Town artist got more specific in an interview with the New York Times, owning up to his infidelity for the first time explicitly, saying you have to survive, so you go into survival mode, and when you go into survival mode, what happens? You shut down all emotions, so even with women, you're gonna shut down emotionally, so you can't connect, and in my case, like, it's deep, and then all things happen from there. Infidelity. From the interview, Jay-Z admitted that he and Beyonce used their music to heal the wounds of their marriage following that affair. But despite the two sticking together and weathering the storm, tabloids have continued to beg the question, who's the real Becky? Well, the rapper has never fessed up to the mystery woman's identity. There's been a lot of theories. Let's see, Rita Ora, Rachel Roy, Gwyneth Paltrow, all contenders, but they've denied meddling in the marriage. So Beyonce reportedly has a jealous streak, according to a source close to the artist. Actor Tiffany Haddish, who was a close friend of Beyonce's, claimed she was at an after party that was hosted by Jay-Z in 2018 when a mystery woman got a little too close to comfort. So she was talking to Jay-Z for a little bit, and there was another actress that was there who was also talking to Jay-Z, and she touched Jay-Z's chest, and Beyonce was like, "Ooh, nope," and bad reaction. Now, she didn't say anything, but her demeanor, her body from the way she walked up was like, "Get your hands off my man's chest." The Girls Trip actor seemingly alluded to the incident in an interview with Vulture, in which she explained what led to her Instagram selfie with the singer. She's like, "Okay, so what happened? Well, something went down at the party, and I'm not at liberty to say what went down at the party." She said, "But Beyonce was just telling me to have a good time," and I was like, "No, I'm gonna end up fighting this woman." And she was like, "No, have fun, Tiffany." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm only gonna have fun if you take a selfie with me." So they say love is love, but age gaps between couples are kind of tricky to ignore when it's a big one. And Beyonce and Jay-Z are no different, with the rapper being 12 years older than his wife. Age is but a number in their case, seeing as it didn't stop their love from blossoming. So Jay-Z had his eyes on Beyonce when she was just 18, after the two first crossed paths at an MTV Spring Break event. The rapper later released a track about their first meeting titled "Everything Is Love," and in the song he raps, "We played it cool at the pool of Cancun, VMA, confidence you exude makes a fool stay away. Me, I played my room, let the fools have they say. Fate had me sitting next to you on the plane, and I knew straight away." Now, despite Jay-Z falling hard for Beyonce, the singer admitted to 17 that she didn't want to rush into anything with the rapper. She's like, "I was 18 when we first met, 19 when we first started dating. I really don't believe that you will love the same thing when you're 20 as you do at 30, so that was my rule. Before the age of 25, I would never get married." And she stayed true to her word. They tied the knot when she was 26. So a partner who doesn't get along with your friends and family is a common and very serious relationship red flag. And in this couple's case, the red flag boiled over and manifested as a physical altercation between Jay-Z and Beyonce's sister Solange. According to a 2014 TMZ video, this altercation occurred the night of the Met Gala in an elevator at the after party. Beyonce's sister yelled, kicked, and lashed out at Jay-Z before a bodyguard intervened. Meanwhile, Beyonce stood calmly to the side, didn't get involved. And after the video went viral, the trio released a statement to the Associated Press to clear the air, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, nobody was intoxicated. This was just, familial problems. We're no different. We all love each other. We're gonna put this behind us. Everybody do the same."
Kanye West and Bianca Censori have been scrutinized all over the internet for their strange relationship. It definitely has been a wild ride from the get-go, and it's pretty clear they're not exactly couple goals material. First off, let's talk about that Grammy appearance. Bianca showed up in what was basically a see-through plastic bag, leaving absolutely nothing to the imagination. Now, I'm all for body positivity, but this screams attention-seeking and raises some serious red flags about Kanye's influence on her. Speaking of influence, it seems Kanye's got a bit of a track record with controlling his partners. Remember how he tried to dictate Kim Kardashian's fashion choices? Well, it looks like history might be repeating itself with Bianca. And let's not forget his past relationships with Amber Rose and Julia Fox, who both spoke out about feeling degraded or used for PR stunts. What's really concerning is how isolated Bianca seems to be. Unlike Kim, who had her family's support, Bianca's family appears to be more interested in the limelight than her well-being. They're out there defending Kanye's controversies and soaking up the attention, which is pretty messed up if you ask me. Then there's the power imbalance. Bianca was working for Kanye at Yeezy before becoming his wife, which means she's been financially dependent on him for years. That's a recipe for disaster in any relationship, let alone one with someone as volatile as Kanye. The cherry on top, Kanye's recent social media outburst where he claimed to have dominion over Bianca. I mean, come on, it's 2025 and we're still dealing with this kind of possessive, controlling behavior. It's not a good look. To top it all off, there was that awkward moment at a Grammy after-party where Kanye completely ignored Bianca while she was trying to get his attention. It's like he's treating her as an accessory rather than a partner. Look, I'm not saying every celebrity relationship needs to be perfect, but when you've got red flags popping up left and right, it's hard not to be concerned. Here's hoping Bianca finds her voice and some support because this relationship is giving off some seriously toxic vibes. The feud between Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni over It Ends With Us has spiraled into one of Hollywood's messiest legal battles, raising questions about the dynamics in Blake and Ryan's relationship. Baldoni has accused the couple of defamation and extortion in a $400 million lawsuit, claiming they hijacked the film's production and smeared his reputation to cover up negative press surrounding Blake's alleged control of the project. Blake, in turn, filed a sexual harassment lawsuit against Baldoni, alleging inappropriate behavior on set, including personal comments and added intimate scenes outside the script. She also claimed Baldoni retaliated with a social manipulation campaign to destroy her career. Ryan's involvement has fueled speculation about his overprotectiveness, as he reportedly pressured Baldoni during production meetings and supported Blake's rewritten scenes. The drama escalated with leaked texts and accusations involving Taylor Swift, who allegedly backed Blake during disputes over creative control. Critics argue that Ryan's interference and the couple's public handling of the case have backfired, damaging their reputations while intensifying tensions with Baldoni. This saga not only highlights professional conflicts, but also hints at potential strain within Blake and Ryan's marriage. Okay, let's talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. It's a relationship that went from Hollywood romance to a full-blown legal drama, exposing a lot of alleged toxicity along the way. They met while filming The Rum Diary in 2009 and started a relationship a few years later. They married in 2015, but things quickly went south, and Heard filed for divorce in 2016, accusing Depp of domestic abuse. Heard claimed Depp was physically abusive, often while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. She said one incident involved Depp throwing a phone at her, leaving her with a bruised face. Depp denied these accusations, claiming Heard was trying to get a premature financial resolution by alleging abuse. But it wasn't just Heard making accusations. Depp alleged that Heard was the abuser and that her claims ruined his life. He accused her of defecating in his bed and punching him. There were also accusations of Heard having affairs with Elon Musk and James Franco, which she denied. The divorce was finalized in 2017, but the drama didn't end there. Depp sued Heard for defamation over a 2018 op-ed she wrote in the Washington Post. The trial was a media circus, with both actors making bombshell allegations. In the end, the jury found that Heard had defamed Depp, awarding him $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. All right, let's dish on Madonna and Sean Penn. They were the 80s it couple, but their marriage was reportedly a mess. They met on the set of Madonna's Material Girl video in 1985 and married 6 months later. Sean was super jealous, allegedly attacking a songwriter for talking to Madonna and suspecting her of having an affair. There was even a SWAT team incident at their house after Madonna called the cops about guns. Rumors flew about Sean hitting Madonna with a baseball bat, which he has denied. Madonna filed for divorce, then withdrew it, then finally filed again. She even wrote a song about their destructive relationship, which Sean supposedly loved. Despite the drama, they're reportedly on good terms now. Talk about a roller coaster relationship. It proves that even Hollywood's hottest couples can have some seriously messy breakups. A couple that is no stranger to the tabloids when it comes to being in a toxic relationship is Justin and Hailey Bieber. First off, there's the whole control issue. Some sources claim Justin's become super possessive, constantly checking Hailey's phone and freaking out if she doesn't answer right away. Talk about trust issues. Then there's the alleged emotional manipulation. Insiders say Justin often threatens to leave Hailey when they argue, playing on her insecurities. He supposedly brings up Selena Gomez during fights, comparing Hailey unfavorably to his ex. Ouch. Let's not forget the public humiliation. Remember that viral video where Justin seemed to yell at Hailey in Vegas? Even though they denied it, it left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. There are also whispers about Justin's substance abuse issues resurfacing, with Hailey allegedly feeling more like a caretaker than a wife. Some say she's constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to trigger his mood swings. And get this, apparently, Justin's been pressuring Hailey to have kids before she feels ready, ignoring her career aspirations. Talk about not being on the same page. Add to all this the constant social media drama, with fans pitting Hailey against Selena, and you've got a recipe for a seriously toxic relationship. It's like a pressure cooker of celebrity drama just waiting to explode. Let's talk about Rihanna and Chris Brown. They were the it couple in the late 2000s, but their romance came crashing down in a really awful way. They were young stars, just teenagers when they hit the big time. Rumors started swirling around 2008, with sightings of them getting cozy, even though they denied anything was going on. Eventually, they became Hollywood's power couple. Then, in 2009, everything changed. Chris Brown assaulted Rihanna, and the world saw those leaked photos of her injuries. According to a police report, Brown repeatedly struck her and threatened to end her life. He pled guilty to felony assault and got probation, community service, and was required to attend DV counseling. Rihanna also got a restraining order against him. Years later, in 2012, they surprisingly rekindled their relationship. Rihanna even told Oprah that Chris was her true love, and that they loved each other and probably always will. However, they broke up again. That's probably for the best. Alright, let's dish about Kim Kardashian and Ray J. This relationship was a recipe for disaster from the start, and it only got messier as time went on. These two dated on and off in the early 2000s, but their relationship became infamous because of that S tape leaked in 2007. Talk about airing your dirty laundry. Ray J claims the tape's release was all part of a master plan cooked up by Kim and momager Kris Jenner to boost Kim's fame. He even says there are multiple tapes out there. Kim, of course, denies all of this and has called Ray J a pathological liar. Ouch. But wait, there's more drama. Ray J's mom sued Kim and her sisters, accusing them of racking up over $120,000 on her credit card. Ray J says this money drama is what finally broke them up. And let's not forget the cheating allegations. Both sides claim the other was unfaithful. It's like a game of who can be the worst partner. The whole situation just screams toxic. Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. On the surface, they seemed like a match made in music heaven, but behind the scenes, their relationship was incredibly turbulent. They met in 1989, when Whitney was a squeaky clean pop princess and Bobby was the bad boy of R&B. Despite their different images, they connected and married in 1992. However, rumors of infidelity, heavy drug use, and allegations of physical abuse plagued their marriage. Bobby himself admitted that their marriage was doomed from the very beginning, suggesting Whitney's agenda was to clean up her image, while he just wanted love and kids. Both faced professional setbacks. Whitney's career suffered, and the reality show Being Bobby Brown showed a different side of her, far from the princess image she tried so hard to convey. While their relationship had loving moments, the mix of addiction, fame, and personal demons created a toxic environment.
At number 10, we have media scrutiny. Many celebrities have tried to keep their relationship as private as possible, and clearly for a good reason. Especially with how many eyes are on Taylor and Travis, that's probably no way for them to escape the speculation surrounding their relationship. And because social media is so prevalent in our everyday lives, there is definitely going to be so many rumors circulating about the two. And they obviously had better things to do than to reply to all these claims. However, that doesn't mean they'll be able to completely ignore the comments, as it is much easier said than done. There has also been a history with people accusing one person or the other with cheating, which can cause commitment and trust issues. An example of this was with A$AP Rocky, as he was rumored to be cheating on Rihanna. However, it was debunked. But as much as you want to trust your partner, when the entire world is telling you your partner has cheated, it is sure to affect you even though you don't want it to. And our technology is so advanced now, people can easily fake text messages or even Photoshop images to seem
seem believable. These two are so highly talked about right now, I'm sure someone is desperate enough to start a false rumor in order to get a check. I mean, that did happen with Justin Bieber when he was just 17 years old, and a fan claimed to be carrying his child and sold this story to the media for $50,000. Plus, the two haven't even confirmed their relationship with one another, but it seems like that is what the entire internet has been talking about. Even on many football and general sports accounts on Instagram have been bombarded with the news, as the majority of their posts are about Taylor and Travis. Obviously, it's hard to be in the public eye, but I think it makes it even harder when you have another celebrity involved, as there's two fan bases. Obviously, it's hard to be in the public eye, but I think it makes it even harder when you have another celebrity involved, as their two fan bases and target audience have a close eye on both parties. And for number 9, we have family pressure. There's already so much pressure when it comes to relationships, with many things surrounding what you should and should not do, whether that's marriage, personal values, family opinions, the list goes on and on. And with the statuses these stars have, I'm sure their family and loved ones want them to find the absolute perfect person, but sometimes that can cause issues as well. I'm sure all of you have seen the infamous photo of Taylor attending one of Kelsey's games in Kansas City alongside his mom. It seemed like the two ladies were having a great time chatting and giggling away, and I'm sure Travis appreciated the time they spent bonding with one another. However, it doesn't always go this smoothly for other relationships, as pressures from outsiders can sometimes put a dent in a relationship. You know your relationship best, but that doesn't stop others from speculating. For some of us, it may be important for our partner to receive approval from our loved ones, but with the amount of information and rumors these two have surrounding them, it may be harder to have a true first impression. One Google search and you're flooded with someone saying something about them like 10 years ago. Family and friends are often looking out for you when you get into a new relationship, as they want to save you from any future heartbreaks, which sometimes gives them a little push to communicate their feelings about your relationship to you. However, this doesn't affect every couple, as many have great relationships with their partners, family, and friends. So I hope the same for the two of them. For number 8, we have priorities. The struggle when you have to begin balancing your friends, family, hobbies, and even career, it can be hard to find that perfect balance. It's clear Taylor and Travis are pretty much occupied because of their demanding careers, which can make it difficult to find something that works for the two of them, especially because Taylor is currently selling out stadiums, shows worldwide, as she's been on her Eras tour. And for Travis, if his daily schedule isn't busy enough, I'm sure as the NFL season goes on, his schedule will be getting busier and busier. Outside of these events, both Taylor and Travis take part in, they have to prepare and train, which takes up even more of their valuable time. Plus, it is important for them to have self-care, to enjoy themselves and relax whenever they have a chance to. It seems like for the two of them, their careers are doing extremely well, which would make it even more difficult, but not impossible. Figure out a time that works for the two of them and finally get to see each other. The way the two were brought up can also change the order of their priorities, as each person has different values and what is deemed as important to them. And for number 7, we have public opinion. As much as we tell each other other people's opinions don't matter, sometimes it can matter, as it's hard to not let words get to you. Unfortunately, in the past, many people have not treated Taylor nicely when it came to her relationships, as many criticize her for moving too fast. Meanwhile, some claim others get in and out of relationships just as frequently, if not more, but since they're males, the media and public tend to treat them differently compared to women. Public opinion has a huge influence and impact on their lives, whether that's positive or negative, and an example of this was Kelsey's jersey sales. It actually went up 400%, which is crazy, and a drastic increase in sales, all because he's been rumored to be dating Swift. They haven't even publicly confirmed their relationship, and it had a huge impact, clearly on his sales alone. Travis's merch sales weren't the only thing that was seen increasing, but also his social media platform. He has gained over 300,000 Instagram followers within a week of dating rumors, which is reportedly more followers than he gained after winning the Super Bowl earlier this year. I mean, there's a reason why celebrities often seem to be getting into breakups or divorces more than the average person, and that could be the contribution from the public and everything they have to say. And for number 6, we have privacy. I'm sure some of you hide things from others about your relationship in order to keep you and your partner's lives private. As much as you want to share each other's stories to others, some things are kept between the two of you. Well, unfortunately, privacy is much harder to receive when you're a figure in the public eye. No matter where, when, or why, it's almost certain paparazzi will somehow get photos of you and maybe even some secrets. Look at Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet, for example. Rumors started circulating the two were dating because photos of Kylie's Range Rover was pictured outside of his house. Stuff that everyday people like you and I can get away with are much less secretive for celebrities, and that can sometimes put a strain on your relationship. Also, a casual date for us may be impossible for these two, as going to get ice cream or even dinner is going to cause headlines all over the internet, and I'm sure lots of paparazzi will be basically on their date with them. In our number 5 spot, we have different lifestyles. We already know they're both in the public eye, although their careers are very different. Yes, they're both very busy traveling across the world, but lifestyle can range beyond that. One may be more dependent on the other. One might one day want to settle down where the other one doesn't. What lines up now may not in a few weeks, months, or even years. Although they don't need everything to be similar between the two individuals, it is nice to have your partner show at least some similar interests as you, because it allows you two to bond over something you both enjoy. But sometimes being too different can cause issues, as it is much harder to see eye to eye. Just like Sofia Vergara's recent news of divorce, it apparently ended because the two were just too different, and over time it caused more and more issues as the two weren't able to grow together as a couple. And for number 4, we have distance. It's no secret that Taylor Swift has been selling out shows worldwide, and Travis is also traveling all the time for his football games. Well, long-distance relationships weren't made to be easy, as it makes communication that much harder. Although they can communicate more easily with today's technology through FaceTime, text, or even by calling, time zones may also impact how available these two will be, and I'm sure sometimes Taylor wants Travis to be there supporting her in the audience and vice versa. However, because of their distance and busy lives, it makes it that much harder for the two to attend and show support for one another during important dates and events. However, some say distance makes the heart grow fonder, as the time apart can actually help solidify the feelings the two have for each other and even build their communication skills. And for number 3, we have different long-term goals. Keeping a relationship healthy and ongoing is much harder than some initially think. However, most individuals want to grow with their partners as life throws different obstacles in the way. The goal for most is to work through ups and downs together. However, things can change over time, just like any relationship. That can cause new issues to come in between the two parties, and it's up to them to try and resolve it, or unfortunately, sometimes people can't work through their issues. A celebrity couple that has recently gone through a similar situation was Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. Allegedly, the two no longer saw eye to eye like they once did, and Joe apparently wanted to settle down, whereas Sophie wanted to enjoy her youthful years. There's nothing wrong with wanting different things, but it can make or break a relationship. In our second spot, we have career demands. Instead of working from a typical 9 to 5, both of their careers aren't always consistent when it comes to scheduling. Beyond their regular attendance to their events, a lot of work goes into their career that allows them to have the huge success they do have. Travis has a podcast alongside his brother called New Heights, and in one episode he even shared how he made a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it and attempted to give it to Swift when she was performing at the Arrowhead Stadium back in July. In our first spot, we have pressures to be perfect. I'm sure many of you constantly see couples on your social media always looking so cute. Obviously, relationships are never 100% perfect, as you're trying to grow with someone rather than just yourself. But there is an unspoken pressure that you're supposed to present your relationship in the best way possible, as many aren't transparent about their ups and downs. And because the two have massive followings and already hundreds and thousands of fans showing support towards their unconfirmed relationship, it is much harder to handle all the pressure and opinions from millions all over the world. Many already find it difficult having a friend in your ear telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing in your relationship, as it adds extra stress and even can affect how you see your partner. Now imagine millions and millions of people telling you what's wrong with your relationship, as many pick it apart. There's just so much opinions and pressure towards the two, as every interaction seems to have to be perfect. One wrong move and you got rumors surrounding your entire relationship. At the end of the day, Travis and Taylor know themselves best, as well as their alleged relationship. I'm definitely not the one to be critical about them, as they're clearly living their best life while I look forward to eating snacks in my bed at night.